So we're going to start looking over the official science fair paperwork. You must have these completed and turned in where I review and make sure they're completed correctly before you can do your science fair project. And I know a lot of you are excited to get started, so please make sure you pay attention as I go over these directions and you follow them correctly. I'll have this posted to Canvas so you can do this at home as well, so that your science fair paperwork will be done completely, and then you could turn it in on Monday is the earliest day you could turn it in, and then get your project started Monday after school if I give you the approval. So what I want you to have right now is a sticky note, and get that out right now, and a highlighter. Give you a few moments to get those items out. Okay, so on your sticky note, I want you to write blue ink only, because you can only fill out this form with blue ink. Okay? Any other color ink is not going to be accepted, so please make sure you follow that direction and put that sticky note right on the front of this so that you will know when you see these again, blue ink only. Now with the highlighter, I'm going to start going through, and I already have things that you need to complete highlighted, so I want to make sure you do the same thing. So on your first form, your adult sponsor form, I want you to highlight student's name. That is your name and your name only. Next thing I want you to highlight is your project title, okay? That project title is going to be the same title that you write on the front cover of your logbook, and it will have to be the same title you write on each of your official paperwork pages. Now, the next things I've already pre-selected for you. Do not go and check any boxes that I have not checked because I know your projects. I know which things you have to do. So if it's checked, leave it. If it's not, leave it, okay? We already went over and reviewed the ISEF rules and guidelines in our research. That was our research source 1. We are going to be completing student checklist 1A and the research plan. I'll talk about that shortly. We're discussing possible risks. We'll have a whole paper on that at the very end. I know you are human. I understand that, but your project does not involve human testing. I know that because I approved them. So please make sure you don't check any of these boxes. Next is going to be all of these, which we are going to go over in just a moment. So those are already checked for you. Leave the other things blank. Now, all of these things as well, I know your projects. These do not apply to you. So they are unchecked right now. Leave them unchecked. The only thing that should be checked would be the risk assessment form 3 and hazardous activities, chemicals, and devices, because we are doing science, and science always has some risks, so we're going to talk about that at the very end of this video. The next thing I want you to highlight is on the bottom of this page, the adult sponsor's printed name, signature, and date of review. Remember, the format for dates must be month, day, year. I added the format there and the year. Your adult sponsor, parent, or guardian can fill in the day that they sign those forms there. The phone number would be their phone number and email, okay? And that is our first form. Our second form, student checklist 1A, I've already filled in most of the information for you, so the only things you have to fill in are the things I'm telling you right now. Highlight student team leader, that is your name. Your phone number, that could be your parent or guardian's phone number, not yours. Your email, I didn't highlight that before, so get that highlighted. Now, I already typed in at bcs2go.net because all you have to add here is your 1 alpha, and that is your student email address. Team members, we don't have teams at Hinson right now. Your title of your project, the same title you wrote on the first page and in your logbook. I already filled in the school information, so you don't have to do anything there. Your adult sponsor's name and their email address or phone number. Remember, everything you're filling is in blue ink, and your tentative start date. If you plan on turning this in on Monday when I'm asking for it, the first day I'll collect them, that would be 10/1 or 01/18. That's our tentative start date because that's when we plan to start our project that Monday. Now, right here, again, is our actual start date. Leave this blank for now because we don't know what day we actually started our project, but keep a note of that in your logbook journal. The end date, this is the date your whole science fair project is due, so it'll be November 7th, 18. I already typed that in for you. Do not click anything here or fill anything out there. You do not need it. You're not continuation checks. All of you will be performing your experiments at home, so that's already checked. It's not anything here, so you can leave that blank as well. And 10 and 11, we will go over the research plan in class. You're going to complete part of that in your Science Fair packet. And the abstract we'll be doing when we type up our final project, and I'll show you how that works later. This is more instructions for your research plan. Don't worry about that. They're there for you to read it through if you have extra time, but I will go over that with you in class. So now we're on our next page. So flip to our approval form 1B. We're filling in box 1. So you are printing your name. You, the student, are signing. I already have the date because you could do that today after we're done highlighting, because today is the day you're getting these papers. Your parent and guardian can also already fill this in as well. I sign and write their name. None of these other boxes need to be completed by you or your parent or guardian. These will be completed, are not actually needed for your projects, and this will be completed later, so by another adult or myself, so please do not worry about that. Our last form that we're going to highlight what we need to complete is our risk form 3. That's going to be your student name, that's your name again, the same project title that you wrote on all your other pages, and in here is going to be a little bit more work. So we have to list all things that could be hazardous or dangerous that you have to be aware of and write in that you're aware of them. Now, all projects, no matter how simple they may be, involve some sort of risk. If you're using scissors, scissors can be dangerous. That is a risk. Okay, I know it sounds silly, but we should write that in there. Most of our projects won't have anything really hazardous because we made sure that those were projects that we approved. So scissors we have, internet usage, we're going to talk about that below because there's risks using the internet. If you're using glass mixing equipment, if you're measuring things out with a glass-like measuring device, that could be a risk right there. Closed-toed shoes, if you're doing something when you're walking around, I don't know what you're doing outside, but whatever, closed-toed shoes could be something you have to identify to keep your hands protected. Gloves, goggles, things like that, okay? I already typed in internet search risk because all of you have or will be doing research online, and there is a risk to that. So make sure that you have that and add anything else that might be a risk that's involved in the project. And so you may not have chemicals, but you do have activities or devices. You don't have to worry about those. Anything other risks that you might think of. Simple. For online, should have adult present and use caution when using online information. That could be using caution when using measuring devices, or when you're using any of the things you are using. Okay, scissors included. Like I said, it sounds silly, but we all have risks that we can identify. Some students have more risks than others. Disposal procedures. Most of you won't have to do that, and so you can write NA there, are not applicable. But if you do have a project with disposal, I will talk with you separately. And sources for safety information, ISEF has their sources, and this would be also if you have any chemicals, the chemical hazardous like safety forms that I think it's called safety data sheets, SDSs, or material data sheets, MDSs now. And if that's something you have, I will talk to you about that separately as well. This does not need to be completed by you. Okay, this is not applicable to any of our projects, so leave that blank. And now we are done with our science fair research forms. Thanks for highlighting everything I asked you. I'm going to have this on Canvas so that you can see it at home if you forgot everything I said or you're absent today. And once these get turned in, remember, as soon as I get these turned in correctly, you can start your project. So that's very, very exciting.